Good morning and welcome to my Cloffice. I hope that you're well this fine Monday morning. As I was spending time with the Lord, He directed me to the book of Joshua. And as I was spending some time reflecting on Joshua, usually I just go right to he's called to be strong and courageous. But the Lord started speaking to me about before Joshua became a leader and how he was one of the spies that was spied on the promised land. And when they came back, him and Caleb were like, no, we can do this for the Lord. The Lord has sent it to this land. This is our land. But everybody else was full of fear and lack of faith. And so although Joshua was ready to take the promised land because God had given it to him, all these other spies weren't. And so because of that, because of everyone else's lack of faith and everyone else's fear, they had to roam around the desert for 40 years. Joshua was a righteous man full of faith, but he got stuck roaming around the desert for 40 years with his people because of the lack of faith of his people. And sometimes that happens. And so, but what really stuck out to me is that Joshua remained a man full of faith, a righteous man full of faith for 40 years while they roamed through the desert, even though he had faith to begin with, but it was all these other guys that didn't. And then after 40 years and after they all died out, then it was time for him to lead the people into the promised land. A time will come that you will be called to lead your people into the promised land. The people in your sphere of influence, your family, maybe your church, maybe your community, into the purposes of God, the calling of God, the promises of God into their life. And so I want to encourage you, although sometimes these seasons feel like they take a long time, I want to encourage you because the time is coming. So you need to have patience and you need to persevere and remain a man of faith, a woman of faith, a woman of righteousness, a man of righteousness, moving forward in the things of the Lord as you are patient and wait on the Lord for His perfect timing to march into the promises that God has for you. Because He has great things for you and He has great things for those in your sphere of influence. And so I promise you, if you walk in righteousness before the Lord and you remain a person full of faith, that so much will come to you in terms of the provision, the faithfulness, and the promises of the Lord. And so, on this amazing Monday morning, I encourage you to look to the Lord for your strength and persevere. Be strong and courageous, for the time is coming when you will lead those who the Lord has given to you into the promised land. Have an amazing day, and God bless.